Cool. So today, guys, I'm going to do a little comparison. A lot of the new shoes have come out now, so there's not too much new stuff. But what I do know is you guys always ask me, oh, what's that shoe like? How should I compare that shoe to this shoe? So I'm going to do a couple of those kind of videos now. So two shoes we have today are the Epic React from Nike, kind of big, brand new, jumping into the market, kind of top of the board, everyone loved it. And then you've got the good old Boston, which has been around for 8 years now. And these two kind of sit in a similar category, but people aren't really sure how, why, what's better, why it's better than the other. So I'm just going to talk you through real simple stuff. I'm not going to go too techie. We're just going to talk about simple shape and function. So, starting with the Epic React. Looking at the kind of upper, really quite a slim, snug fit the whole way through. I say it's got this kind of tech mesh weave all the way through there, that kind of Flyknit upper, Epic Flyknit, obviously, through the whole shoe, so it really holds and locks down. You then got the Boston, which again is actually quite a narrow fit. It's more engineered mesh. You've got kind of a slight booty fit around the tongue and then through the rest of the forefoot. But yeah, so two slightly different methods of fitting, but actually a very similar outcome, and a similar shaped foot will work really well in both. In terms of midsole, this is where you get a bit of deviation. So in the Epic React, it's actually a rubber compound that creates this shoe. So initial feel and initial function is a lot softer. Whereas on the other hand, you've got the Boston, where you have Adidas's classic boost. So yes, that softness, that spongy, rebounding type of material. But you've also got this layer of EVA that runs over the top. So it makes it a little bit firmer. For me, makes it far, far more responsive when you're wanting to do a little bit more distance. Looks after the foot a lot nicer. The Epic React for me is great when you're doing like track work, speed work, but when you start to nudge that distance a little bit further, it doesn't, you kind of bury into it a bit more and don't get as much responsiveness. Whereas for me, the Boston is one where you'll go a little bit further, you could go up to that half marathon and feel super comfortable. A lot of people even run marathons and the kind of top guys. So yeah, this shoe can go a lot further in distance, I would suggest, than the Epic React. For me, I've run in both. I actually love both. I've used Boston on track last week, and I use Epic React when I race 10Ks. So, personal preference, do you know what? Based on overall fit and the stuff I'm training for at the minute, I would say the Epic React. Price point wise, you've got 120, 130. So there's 10 in it really. So yes, foot shape can come into it for me. These can be a tad too narrow, but as I said, it's a very similar foot shape. So yeah, your two shoes to compare. My personal opinion, slightly shorter, slightly longer, slightly softer, slightly more responsive. And there you have it, the Epic React versus the Boston.